Hi guys, the Everyday Vegan here. Today it's really nasty outside, like the weather is really bad. It's raining and it's really cold outside, so I felt like making some comfort food, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
So going by the ingredients, it's very easy to determine what we're gonna make today, and that is burgers, and I'm a big fan of those. And this is one thing that I love using, and you can buy it at almost any big supermarket. It is approved by the Vegetarian Society, but it is actually vegan, which is pretty cool. So if you have a look through the ingredients, there isn't anything on there, as you can see under the allergy advice there, that you can't eat, and it's really cool. It's basically meat-free burger mix, and I'll show you how to make it. It's super easy, and of course to have a good burger you need a bit of green stuff on here, and it's still my organic green leaves that I've had for a while, my beloved Vitalite, and some fresh tomatoes that I bought today. They are vine tomatoes, which give a bit better flavor, and of course the nice thing about being vegan is you need to go shopping quite a lot, and if you do, if you're in there every day, you get nice bargains like this one here. So that's 4 baps for 69p, which is just a joke really. Some fresh onion, and then mustard, or I'm going to use the jalfrezi. It's a really nice idea to give you something really spicy. So I usually start by making this stuff, because it needs to sit in the water for about 10 minutes, so that gives you the opportunity to then chop up all your vegetables and all that sort of stuff. You get it out of the bag. It comes with 2 little sort of pouches in there, so it's quite a lot actually. I think it's about £1.50 for the whole packet. I think it's 143 milliliters of cold water. I'm never sure how you're gonna get exactly 143 milliliters of water. I have experienced if you use a bit too much water, it does actually get too sort of liquid, and you can't really make burgers out of the mix, so rather do a bit less than a bit more. And all you do is you take this stuff here out of the packet. It keeps really well as well, so it's something that you can just have in your cupboard like I do. I've got a whole selection of it in my cupboard, and it's just this sort of grain stuff, which is quite healthy as well, so there's nothing sort of too processed in there, and you just tip the water on it. And then, not sure how well you can see this, but I usually use one of these here, and then you just give it a good stir. And I usually make sure that I get it off the sides, if you can see that. It looks a bit gross initially, but trust me when I say it's all worth it in the end. And I just leave that on the side, and as I said, granos, and that now gives me time to chop up the rest of my stuff. I've chopped my my vine tomato, if you can see that there. Really nice smell actually in vine tomato. Because it actually smells like a tomato is supposed to smell, back from the old days when my granddad used to grow them in his garden. You don't really get that much anymore, but if you buy vine tomatoes, you still have that really nice smell. I also like using whole grain baps. I know traditionally, you're supposed to use white bread, but I like the whole grain. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of this on there to basically toast it in the oven, just to make the butter melt a little bit. I'm just going to chop up the onion. We're about, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes in, and now it goes into this sort of, you know, you can almost tip it over without it falling down, which is pretty cool. You can actually add to that granola stuff as well. It's got flavors and garlic and onions and all of that stuff in there, but if you just want to chop up some onions and some garlic cloves and mix it into the batter as well, that works. Back home when we make meatballs, or when we make you know, burgers, that sort of stuff, we always chop up onions, really nice big chunks of onion, and we put that in there, and a bit of garlic as well, and that just gives it a bit of extra flavor if you want. Hi, it's me. I just wanted to show you something, because you may not know this, you may all know it. To make onion rings, to sort of pan fry them, you cut the onion, you peel it off, and then instead of cutting the onion this way, which you would for most other things, you sort of cut it lengthwise, and then you get almost like a, you know, if you would fell a tree or something, you get sort of tree rings looking, and all you do then is push them out, and then you get all those little sort of onion rings, which of course is what you then pan fry nice and slowly. We'll do that later on. It shouldn't be much longer now until we get the batter mix back, and I'm gonna probably take care of my fries now, and I'm just gonna use regular fries from the freezer and see how that goes, just to make it nice and easy. As I said, everyday vegan not being really complicated and making it difficult vegan. All you do is you use an oven dish like this and put a bit of, I don't know if you can see that, a bit of olive oil just at the bottom there. And then I just use the sort of, you know, everyday, Tesco in this case, everyday oven fries. And you just sort of chuck them in there. I'm not going to make too many fries. I'm going to put some of that back and put it back in the freezer. I always like to put them quite high up near the grill so you actually get them to change color a little bit as well and get that nice, you know, deep fried look almost. There we are, so that's just nicely spread out. Just work that in there. You're meant to sort of leave it in there for a while and then halfway through you're meant to turn them round to make sure they cook through from both sides. My timer was up earlier, so the burger mix is done and I'm going to bring that down just so you can see what you actually do with it. So as I said, this is sort of quite a sturdy mix there. And then you literally just grab it out. You can see it's nicely formed already. And you literally just create a burger and try and, I mean, it's meant to make two rather large ones. This one actually went really well because it's just the right consistency. Just put it into a burger shape, that's very straightforward. And then I'll just leave it on a surface that I can very easily put it into the pan with after. But as you can see, it's really not rocket science, very straightforward. It gets a bit messy, but so do real burgers. At least the nice thing here is you don't have to worry about you know, salmonella or any of those sort of meat-related or dairy-related things. I just want to show you. So this is what they look like. Really nice. Unfortunately, you can't taste it until you've tried it, but you're just gonna have to take my word for it. I just wanted you to listen to that. It's like a nice little sizzling sound just of the fries cooking away. I've got my pan prepared there, and of course the burgers are already over here. Over here, don't really have to do anything much because what I'm going to do is prepare them on a plate. If you are serving them up at dinner, of course, you could make little pots with the sort of mustard and the jalfrezi. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to my dinner tonight. I love a bit of comfort food when the weather is bad. I've just put a bit of olive oil, yeah, trusted Filippo Berio, in there. Just I just wanted to heat up the pan really, but I'm just going to start frying the onions really, because you can cook them on sort of a sort of low heat because you don't want to burn them, otherwise you ruin the taste. In the interest of time, you can of course, and space, you can then of course cook all of this stuff in the same pan. So I've got my burgers here and all I now have to do is sort of put them into the pan. Just a quick one, we're almost done with the fries here. I just want to show you they're taking on a nice color here. And just give them a bit of a flip over and then pop them back in there. Make sure they're nicely spread out. Don't do what I'm doing, put your hand in the oven. This is frying along nicely over here. You don't want to put the heat up straight away as long as the onions are still in there. You can see it's nicely getting brown. As soon as the onions are out, you can put the heat right up for the burgers. I hope you can hear that sizzling away. That's really nice. I burned the first lot of bread already, and the second lot is just in the toaster over here. Everything's happening at the same time, but I guess that just means that everything's going to be ready at the same time. Well, at least in over here, I've now got my onions out of the oven. Sorry, out of the pan rather. Not everybody likes this, but I do like a bit of margarine on my burgers, especially if the bread is still warm. I'm going to have one with mustard today. One burger and one with a bit of jalfrezi, you know, just something different really. Tomato salsa is a really nice one actually, if you have any. That works really well. A lot of sort of burger places these days do that. You know, you can be quite experimental with that sort of stuff, but I like a bit of a spicy burger. And so for now, all I'm going to put on there, actually, I might start with the salad. You know, you gotta have a bit of green on there. Lots of people like lettuce on their burgers. I find that a little bit boring, so I like using mixed leaves if I can. And then, yeah, depending on how you want to make it, you know, you can put the tomatoes on the other side, or whichever one you want to do. I'm going to leave that at that for now and concentrate on getting everything else done. You can see they are quite nice already, and they do start looking like regular burgers would. You know, don't be shy if they get a bit brown. That's quite normal. You can't really ruin them. All that happens is they get a little bit drier. Hi guys, I've just taken this out of the oven really, and the nice thing is if you've got a bit of oil left in the pan, just sort of, you know, chuck them in there a little bit. I may have left them in there a few seconds too long. I'm just going to put a little bit of salt over these now, and then I'm pretty much done. My burgers are doing fine as well. They're actually smoking a little bit, but that's okay. And I'm almost set up over here. And there we are guys, I think this is done, so I can switch it off and bring it as close as I can. And literally plate this up, which is going to be super yummy. As you can see there, I've got my bowl of chips and my 2 burgers. Totally gonna eat all of that myself. You know, the nice thing about being vegan as well is a lot of times it's quite tricky to get enough calories. If you stick to your 3 meals a day, that's why 5 meals a day is really good. So you can actually just eat whatever you want pretty much, as you don't really have to watch your weight. Instead of using my hands, just quickly gonna put the onions on there and then I'll give you one last shot of. Here we are, guys. The moment has come. The junk food is made. But as you can see, this is super comfy food, of course. But as you can see, it's quite yummy. It looks really real, but that's not the idea behind it. I'm not one of those people that tries to sort of fake real food by making it vegan, but it is definitely comfort food. It does the trick. You can eat lots and lots of it, which is great. So I'll see you next time on the next episode of The Everyday Vegan. Let's see what we come up with. I think we're gonna make some desserts coming up now, so that would be nice. Something like maybe vegan brownies or something. I'll keep you updated.